of managers to order. We have 3 managers who are with us via Microsoft Teams. That's Manager Stovring, Manager Duvall, and Manager Crafton. And I'm here, Dorothy Pedersen, in person, as well as Bonnie Nielsen in person.
You'll still do that.
I still have to do roll call. Manager Stovring, are you here?
Yes.
Manager Duvall?
Yes.
Manager Crafton?
Present.
Manager Pedersen is here. Manager Nielsen is just stepped down the hall for 1 second. May we proceed?
Yes.
All right, next on the agenda is the approval of the agenda. I need a motion, please.
I move that we approve the agenda.
A second.
Do we have any changes to the agenda?
Yes, President Pedersen, managers. Item 3 reads approved minutes of the June 17th regular meeting, but it's also the workshop is included in those minutes. So it's the workshop
Okay.
and regular meeting of June 17th.
Okay. Anything else?
And item 4A was addressed at the last meeting, so we don't really need to have that on the committee report.
Okay.
And that's all.
Any other changes to the agenda? Hearing none. All those in favor of approving the agenda, do I need to do this as a separate roll call? Okay. If you're in favor of approving the agenda as submitted, as we've discussed, please say yes. Manager Stovring?
Yes.
Manager Duvall?
Yes.
Manager Crafton?
If we wanted to take something and move it off of the consent agenda, is this the time?
Can still do it. later.
Yes, you could still do it. Go ahead.
Okay,
What would you like moved?
I gotta find my notes, sorry. Yeah. Oh, let's do B.
Permit for Lake Harrison Road?
Yeah.
And you'd like that moved to new business?
Right.
Okay,
Item 5B.
5B. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay, so I'd like to go back and one more time. Manager Stovring, do you approve the agenda with the changes that we've noted? Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Manager Duvall?
Yes.
Manager Crafton?
Yes.
Manager Nielsen?
Yes.
And Manager Pedersen, yes. It's 4 yeses, so the approval of the agenda is completed. Next is matters of public interest. Do we have anyone who would like to address the board? And I always like to say, we'd like to have you state your name, your address, and keep your comments to 3 minutes. Also, if you are here as a group, we would appreciate if you have 1 or 2 people who would be willing to talk on behalf of the group. If the comments are somewhat the same from all of you, it makes more sense for us to hear comments from 1 or 2 people. So at this point, would anyone like to speak before the board?
Is the green light on? Yeah. It'll sometimes go off on you.
Is it good? Oh no. It's on?
So you won't hear it broadcast that. So the people on
A slideshow that's supposed to be up.
We can't hear you.
You need to say your name,
Okay.
address, and then
Okay. Sophia Jensen and
Louder, please.
Sophia Jensen, and then the address is 8800 Trepow Drive, Bloomington. All
Go
good?
ahead.
Good. Okay. So I'd like to present a slideshow regarding Frederick Miller Spring and a community-based approach to buckthorn management, prioritizing clean water, public health, wildlife, and effective stewardship through safer management practices. So to choose the lower risk management methods, Frederick Miller Spring is a unique drinking water source. People collect and drink untreated spring water from the shallow groundwater source year-round. Because the water flows directly from the aquifer, preventing contamination/safety should be the highest priority. Minnesota's own guidance recommends minimizing herbicide exposure near water. The Minnesota DNR Environmental Risk Assessment Trichlopher documents developmental and productive effects in mammals and toxicity studies. Notes negative impacts on non-target species, including mammals and plants. States trichlopher can persist in soil and surface water, increasing long-term exposure under certain conditions. They recommend reducing contact with water resources, using the minimum effective application rates, reducing the number of applications. Knowing the scientific uncertainty is a reason for caution. The National Pesticide Information Center states the EPA has classified trichlopher as unable to be classified as human carcinogenicity. However, animal studies found weak evidence of mammary breast tumors in female rats. A peer-reviewed review noted that dose-related mammary tumors in rats and mice were considered marginal rather than completely dismissed, suggesting the findings may warrant further review. The key point is we cannot say trichlopher definitely causes cancer, but we also cannot say there is zero risk. Since this area provides drinking water to the public, it makes sense to choose safer methods when possible rather than introduce a chemical where people may be exposed. Mechanical buckthorn removal works. Is that showing up?
If you need to change slides, you need to tell me because I'm sharing my screen.
Okay, I would change slides now. That was the one that I
You
just
have 1
read.
minute.
Okay, next one, please. Okay, buckthorn removal. Benefits of manual and high cut remover, which have been used on Frederick Miller Spring previously. Protect water resources, wetlands, and groundwater. Prevents chemical exposure to wildlife, pollinators, and people. Reduces soil disturbance and erosion. It has been proven success in local parks, including Roberts Bird Sanctuary, William Bird Sanctuary, William Berry Woods, Lake Harriet, Cedar Area 10, also along all of Minnehaha Creek. I would also like to note, thank you, the community support for chemical-free management. Residents of Eden Prairie and surrounding communities who rely on and enjoy this natural spring have expressed strong concerns about the use of chemical herbicides in this area. There's also one more slide, a petition. People that have voices their matters for this.
That's time.
Thank you. Do you have anyone else who would like to speak?
Come on, Morgan.
Should I stand?
That's
fine.
just fine, wherever you like.
Okay. Thank you. I'm Morgan Jacobs and I live right up the river in downtown Carver, right across from City Hall, actually on 4th and Broadway. And that's where I spend most of my time running my water feature business and showcasing my rainwater capture system, which I encourage you all to come check out. But I'm here tonight to represent Spring Valley Friends because I haven't been here lately and I wanted to come congratulate you in person on behalf of the whole community on the acquisition of the Spring Road land. I can't tell you how many people whose hearts you've touched with this movement to take this land, and it's going to be felt for generations to come. I know that we want to offer whatever support we can. We have a network of thousands of people that are interested, so we like to offer that as resources as well. But I just wanted to celebrate with you something that I think should be looked at as heroic, and I'll be talking about it to the day I die.
Thank you.
So I'm glad I finally got to say that.
Thanks, Morgan.
That
Appreciate you being here.
Okay,
Anybody else?
anybody else? Okay, hearing none other interested parties going to come and speak. I believe we do have a couple of comments.
I just hope that all of you have had the opportunity, if you go onto our website under our projects, and if you open up Spring Road, look for our management plan that is up on that site. And if you look at page 4 in that plan, it specifically says non-chemical control of plant species on it. Now, okay, good. So that's the only comment I have.
Of course, we take your comments very seriously, and I hope that you all know that we are in no way saying, geez, we're just gonna randomly apply chemicals all over everywhere on the new site, because of course, that is not our objective to do that. We do not want to do that, and we are going to purposefully plan out how the area will be taken care of. You've seen the document that we've just started working on with it, so I hope you all understand we do take you all quite seriously. Thank you for coming this evening.
Welcome to hang out in the sauna with us.
Okay, next we are on to the reading and approval of the minutes. I need a motion to approve the minutes of the June 17th regular meeting and workshop.
President Pedersen,
Yes.
before we move on from public comments.
Yes.
I just want to make certain, so we will need to upload that presentation to our website. It will need to be in record, and I just want to make sure you're okay with that. It'll now be on our website.
Thank you.
So, yeah, Michelle, if you can that under.
Okay, back to needing a motion to approve the minutes of the June 17th workshop and regular meeting. Do I hear a motion?
I'll move that forward, but I do have an edit.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I
it.
second.
Thank you, Manager Stovering. All right, you have some changes to make, Jill?
I thought I saw this in more than one place, but at this point I only find one. So line 22. We're talking about repairing the Purgatory Creek restoration area. Is that berm? It says ERBM.
Firm, yeah, it should be
Yeah.
firm.
Okay, I didn't know if there was some other technical term I was not familiar with.
Okay, anything
That's
else?
basically all I had.
Okay,
Well, mine was just minor. When they listed all our names and call to order, everyone except Tom is a manager, I guess.
Oh,
That's okay. That's okay also.
we're sorry.
So I think I kind of wonder if she didn't start out saying managers, craft and development, and kind of got sidetracked. I don't know.
Any other changes?
All right, well, that was the workshop for me. On the monthly meeting, line 18. It's talking about Mr. Cook's comments. It says it looks to him like the expenditure for an edifice. Was that supposed to be office?
let's see.
Oh.
Can you?
Oh.
What line was it again?
Line
Please?
18, right?
18. 18.
18.
No, I think it's supposed to be edifice.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
I
Okay,
don't know. What do you think? It makes sense.
I might have said edifice to be honest, but Mr. Cook, I don't think that's.
He's
all right.
not.
Okay, I'm good. If that's official word, then good.
Okay,
I mean, if it makes
anything
sense
else?
there.
Anything else from the minutes of the regular meeting? Okay, hearing none, I'm going to ask a roll call to approve yes or no. Each one of you, Manager Stovering.
Yes, I approve. What do I say? Just yes?
And
Yes,
the
with minutes, yeah.
minutes. Manager Crafton,
Yes,
Manager Duval,
Yes.
Manager Nelson.
Yes.
Manager Pedersen says yes. It's a 5-0 approval of the June 17th regular workshop and minute meeting. All right, next we are on to committee and member reports. We are on to 4B, as we've already done 4A last month. So the administrator's report. Anything to report?
The HVAC doesn't work. We did acquire a new vehicle earlier this week. Ms. Forbes has been working with Sign Source. I'm
Fast signs to get a
trying to
decal.
get the vehicle painted with our logo. I just got an email just before the meeting, and maybe Mr. Smith got it as well. The working group on the plumbing code just met. I can't update you on it yet. It does sound like they have an ad hoc committee meeting coming up. I'll let the managers know that date, if any of you want to sit in on it and listen in, but otherwise I will update you after that meeting of what came out of it. Summer tour, we've talked about that already, have rooms for the managers that want them. There is going to be a dedication for Tara Cooter at that park bench being put in. So that will be part of the actions, activities for that weekend. And
You know what, where are they putting that in? Do you know? Terry?
yeah, do you know, well, one of two spots. If you've been up there, there is a spillway by the DNR office that goes from the river into Pelican Lake. There's a picnic area there. Or on the north side of the lake, there's a scenic overlook. They might put it there. I have not heard what the final decision is yet, but it'll be one of those two spots. And
She was
it'll
an
be-
amazing woman. She was so passionate and she was just a big,
she re-
horrible loss.
Yeah, she really was. I mean, when I first started here and I went to my first BOD annual conference, I think she saw me looking lost and scared and explained to me what to expect and to stay away from Minnehaha Creek's from not Minnehaha Creek's, from Cap Region's cabin. So. That is really oh no, it's not the bulk of it. One big item of news. Zach's Dick Hollison and his family are moving, and he will no longer be with the district as of the end of this month. He still wants to work as a contractor to help with the transition, finish up anything he's been working on this summer, but they are moving to Canada. His wife has a medical degree and got a job up there. So wish him the best. And then there was one. So now I've been with him, that remains. So that's I guess that's it, but kind of.
And when will that
Oh,
happen? The end of
oh.
this month. Oh, so soon, 2 weeks.
And unfortunately, this is President Patterson's last meeting with us. Hennepin County Board of Commissioners met and appointed Jessica, I forget her last name. Loftus. She will be starting in the August meeting. So
We're so sorry.
Oh.
I cannot overstate how invaluable President Patterson has been to me personally, and I think to the board in general.
Where does Jessica live?
She is in Deep Haven or Shorewood, right on Deep Haven, I believe.
Okay,
She's right.
okay.
She
So
was
same area, okay.
Well, yeah, when they when we changed our district boundaries, we moved her out of Minnehaha Creek into Purgatory. So she was a manager for Minnehaha Creek Watershed District many years, which we won't go into that. And she was a city manager for the city of Orono. She has a private consulting firm where she does leadership business. She'll be a good manager. She just won't be President Patterson.
So she's the one that James said he lost?
Yep.
Okay.
And that is what I have.
Any questions for the administrator on the staff report?
No.
I don't hear any questions. All righty, so then we're on to the June engineers report. Anything to report, Scott, or any questions from the managers? I'm not hearing anything. On we go to the regulatory report. Any questions of the regulatory report?
Mr. Hartman is here if you would like to ask questions of him. I will take this moment to sing his praises. Little hard ramping up. There was a lot that he had to figure out and a lot of things that maybe weren't always done the best by his predecessor. And I think Mr. Hartman has done an exceptional job.
I really like the corrective action part
Yeah,
and the
he's-
dates. I think that's great.
Yes,
knowing-
I like the format.
just knowing the status of the permit, the MS4 platform is always updated. knowing where our financial assurances are. It's just been. he's
Thanks,
done-
Andrew.
Thank you, Andrew.
And I
from all
do
of
have
us.
a comment as you work through as to hopefully not add work, but maybe for the one meeting is like just do a strikeout or something so we can see things are like they got done.
Okay.
Possibly, without adding anything, but that's a good way to sort of carry over. Yes, this got done. And then the next one, it could be gone.
How, just for the one.
Or whatever
meeting?
you want to.
Well, just for the one meeting or?
Yeah.
Because I mean, obviously we could end up with a.
Right, but just for the one, that once it shows up as struck out, if you ever want to go back and see, did this get done? Like the one I noticed and I see it's on there and it's like, it says they're going to be done. It'd be nice to know they get it done.
Mr. Hartman, I have a question for you. I don't know if you know the answer to this. Do we have the inspection reports? Are they, if people go to the online permit application, the inspection reports linked in that? I don't think they are.
I do not believe so.
Yeah, I don't.
Anyhow,
I don't think
that, if that feels like not too much extra work, but just as you go through to take it off, just cross it off initially and then it's an easy way to, if there's one you care about, then we don't have to try to get a hold of you.
Thank you again, Andrew. Receive legal report. Do we have a legal report?
A brief report on the plumbing board's deliberations. I think we briefed you before that the plumbing board was considering adopting rules that would essentially prohibit stormwater reuse. And a great number of people mobilized and gave testimony, including Minnesota Watersheds and a whole coalition with the Minnesota Nursery and Landscape Association kind of leading that. The outcome of that was for the plumbing board to decide that it would pause its rulemaking and have its ad hoc rulemaking group reconvene. They will reconvene next Tuesday, July 21st, from 1 to 3 p.m. They set a deadline of today for any proposed actions for them to consider. And it was a very short opportunity to do that. Minnesota Watersheds has shared that the Nursery and Landscape Association, on behalf of this large coalition, submitted a proposal that they completely drop all of their Chapter 15 rulemaking on use of alternative water sources for non-portable purposes. So that will be one of the things that will be discussed. But I think I'll be monitoring that meeting next Tuesday, and we'll keep on top of that.
Thank you.
Madam
Okay.
President?
Yes.
So Louis, we have a resolution, right? Is Cap Region bringing one forward if things don't
Yes.
go well? Okay, thanks.
Okay, next we're on to manager reports. Do we have any managers who wish to speak to us?
I have just one kind of almost administrative item. I got the email about the Water Resources Conference and the early bird scheduling. I already know I want to go. I find it very valuable. We'd have to know by the August board meeting to meet the early bird.
So, President Pedersen, managers, earlier, several years ago, the board decided that it was something that all managers could go to if they wanted to. With that, yes, the early bird is open. Yeah, like I said, it's open for a couple weeks, few weeks, and then it increases the price. If there's anybody that knows for sure they want to go, I didn't catch the, it's always
It's
October.
in October, like 14. I've got it on my,
Yeah, it's first week of October usually.
Yes.
I didn't go last year. I definitely want to go this year. Jill,
I'd like to go to one day anyway. I don't know if I want to go 2 days.
Take a look at the schedule.
Yeah, I will. I will
So-
let you know.
it's great to network if nothing else.
it's
Yeah.
October 13th and 14th because our retreat was the week before.
That's right. Yes.
So just,
What was
Any
that
other?
date?
We moved our retreat because of Manager Nelson just reminded me that there was a conflict, so we moved the retreat to accommodate the Water Resource Conference. So it's, like 13th, 14th, somewhere in there. For the Water Resource Conference.
So what is the date it got moved to? The
Oh,
retreat.
The retreat is October 5th.
6th and 7th.
6,
6th,
the manager retreat, yeah.
6th.
October 6th is the manager retreat.
Okay, I got a doctor's appointment. Okay,
Bring your doctor.
Any other manager reports? So hearing none, I would also just like to say, since you know this is my last meeting, that it has been a privilege and an honor to work with you and all of you here at the Watershed District. After joining in 2015 on the CAC and seeing the district come along this far, it's just been a real privilege for me to be part of it all. And I know that it's in good hands with all of you and the new person who will be starting. So the best of luck to all of you here on staff and you managers. I look forward to seeing all the wonderful things you're going to do. Thanks.
Yeah, you could have 3 minutes at the beginning of our meeting.
Thank you.
Okay,
And I missed you.
thank you.
Same here.
Okay, we're going to next go to receiving the governance committee meeting report in minutes. Who is going to speak about that? Do we need to do anything? Do we need to vote? Do we have somebody talking? That's item H.
Yeah, I mean, basically it was pretty straightforward. It just looking at how to modify the language due to our new accounting system.
Right.
And we also discussed the per diem and looking at if a meeting is less than an hour long, if we should maybe have like 2 tiers or something for meetings. Those are the 2 things we discussed.
And lastly, getting you all just set up in payroll and having you fill in your hours, what was discussed. 6D tonight, both the governance committee and the audit and finance committee reviewed the language that Mr. Smith drafted, and both recommended approval to the full board. I guess 4 of the 5 of you know that. And so item 6D tonight is that resolution amending our financial policies within our governance manual.
Okay.
You. Okay, well, now we are on to the consent agenda, which would be items 5A, C, and D. B has been pulled and put under new business. So I'm looking for a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I move to approve the consent agenda.
And a
That's
second?
what, that's what B taken off, right? Okay.
Yes,
thanks.
with B
Yep.
removed.
All right. Second, if you don't have it.
Okay, thank you. So I will ask again each one of you if you approve the consent agenda on an individual basis. Manager Stovring,
Yes.
Manager Crafton,
Yes.
Manager Duval,
Yes.
Manager Nelson,
Yes.
and Manager Pedersen, yes, 5-0. We are now on to new business, which we will go to the moved item from the consent agenda, which is approving permit 2026-024 at 6910 Lake Harrison Road. You have questions, comments, Manager Crafton?
Gotta find it. Oh, where'd it go? It's 24, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I guess my question for Scott is it seems like we're sending water downstream. Do we have any responsibility on any of that?
President Pedersen, Manager Crafton. In terms of sending water downstream, they're sending it to the same locations it's currently flowing to, and they're maintaining the rates, so they're not increasing rates. And one of the conditions that we have in there is that they verify the infiltration rates on the site in order to try to keep as much water on site as possible. We've also gone through the analysis looking at downstream impacts in terms of the downstream wetland to the north that's
Right.
off-site and the wetland to the south that's on-site. And they show that they'll be able to comply with the district's criteria.
So there won't be any degradation to the wetland.
Correct. And that's part of the reason why the district has in the regulatory program the wetland protection criteria, so that we avoid those adverse impacts.
I just worry it's not strict enough. But, okay, thank you.
If that is the only question you might have, then I need a motion to approve permit 2026-024.
I make a motion to approve permit 2026-024 for 6910 Lake Harrison Road.
And a second?
I second.
Thank you, Manager Stovering. So again, I will need to go to each one of you to approve or disapprove. Manager Stovering,
Yes.
Manager Crafton,
Yes.
Manager Duval,
Yes.
Manager Nelson,
Yes.
and Manager Pedersen, yes, 5-0. Next, we are on to the resolution to adopt June's treasurer's report and approve paying of the bills.
Was there a resolution?
It is resolution 26-027.
I just didn't see anything. Okay.
Oh.
I'm looking for a motion.
I move to adopt resolution 26-027, accepting the June treasury report and approve payment of the bills.
A second.
Thank you. Any questions? Hearing none. Once again, the individual vote. Manager Stovering,
Yes.
Manager Crafton,
Yes.
Manager Duval,
Yes.
Manager Nelson,
Yes.
and Manager Pedersen, yes, 5-0. Next, we are on to the resolution 26-028, ordering notice of the public hearing to take comment on our 27 budget and levy at the August 19th regular meeting at the Board of Managers.
I move that we adopt resolution 26-028, ordering public notice of a public hearing.
I need a
Second.
second. Thank you, Manager Crafton. All right, individual vote again?
Madam
Oh, discussion.
Chair,
Yes.
I think the administrator wants to insert the dollar numbers for the resolution.
Okay,
Correct.
great.
So, pull that up. President, Pedersen, managers, while I open that up, everybody knows the schedule we're working with. And based upon the discussion we had at the workshop, we will be going with scenario C from our discussion, which was to set the levy at, let me make sure I'm looking at the right table so I do not state the wrong number. To set the budget at $8,770,220. To set the levy at $4,475,000, which represents a 5% levy increase from 2026 to 2027.
Thank you, Administrator Jeffrey. All right, on we go to the vote. Manager Stovering,
Yes.
Manager Crafton,
Yes.
Manager Duval,
Yes.
Manager Nelson,
Yes.
Manager Pedersen, yes, 5-0. Next, adopt resolution 26-029, noticing proposed revisions to the financial policy section of the Riley Purgatory Bluff Creek Watershed District's governance manual.
I'll move adoption of resolution 26-029, noticing proposed revisions to the financial policies sections of the governance manual.
I'll second it.
Thank you. And once again, Manager Stovering,
Yes.
Manager Crafton,
Yes.
Manager Duval,
Yes.
Manager Nelson,
Yes.
Manager Pedersen, yes, 5-0. Next, approve
So-
bar. Yes.
So I have one comment, one
Yes.
quick comment.
Yes.
I'm not sure if it's still in there or not with the changes we've looked at, but the committee name is the Audit and Finance Committee, not the Accounting and Finance Committee. I'm not sure if that's still in there or not.
Thank you. Good catch.
Thank you, Manager Duval.
Yes.
Okay, now we are on to the bar engineering task order 055 for Meadowcraft culvert replacement and Riley Creek stabilization feasibility study.
President Pedersen, managers, this is the private culvert that we have been talking about. As I stated earlier, with the budget discussion, we would like to take dedication of the land from the current property owner, work on a cross-access agreement with them or an easement. We're still working through what that'll be so they continue to have their driveway. We'll repair the culvert under the current rules. They could repair the culvert in kind, which would be just putting back is it a concrete or corrugated metal pipe in there right now? It's corrugated, isn't it?
Corrugated metal.
Should just be a corrugated metal pipe that's collapsing currently at the seams. In order, we will need to do a plan amendment to do the full project. So as part of that plan amendment, I'd like to have BAR do the feasibility engineering report so that we know what the project would be that would be ordering, and now we would want to change the plan. So that's the setup for it. If you have specific questions about the proposal itself, I believe Engineer Sobiak would be able to answer those for you.
Any questions, managers? Okay, hearing none, I need a motion to approve task order 055.
I move
I
that
move-
we, go ahead. Go ahead, Leslie.
Go ahead. Oh, okay. I move to approve task order number 055, the Riley Creek Restoration and Meadowcroft Culvert Replacement Analysis for BAR Engineering.
I'll second it.
Thank you. Once again, I will be coming to each of you for the vote. Manager Stobring,
Yes.
Manager Crafton,
Yes.
Manager Duval,
Yes.
Manager Nelson,
Yes.
Manager Pedersen, yes. That's 5-0. All right, next. Discussing resolution 26-031, accepting our 2025 annual report and authorizing distribution to the review agencies.
Pedersen, managers, I'll set it up with a cap in hand, and then I believe Ms. Forbes should speak a little bit more to the annual report, and if you have questions. So our annual report is due at the end of May every year. As you are all keenly aware, we lost our PC staff, and that meant the water resources report was not done. At the same time, we were changing changing accounting firms, which meant we were trying to pull together final budget numbers. We have requested and were granted an extension from the Board of Water and Soil Resources for submitting our annual report. That annual report has been completed as of last week, and realize it's not a tremendous amount of time for the managers to have to look it over. But I believe Ms. Forbes could go through a little bit of it with you, and maybe we can address questions or decide how to move forward if you would rather not authorize distribution at this time.
Give me a moment. I'm just going to share my screen.
So what is the due date then?
May
With the
31st.
extension?
Oh, the extension is end of July. We could get another extension, I'm sure, if managers are so inclined. Like,
President Pedersen and managers, I'll just do a quick run through. The annual report really hasn't changed format. It's just the content that really is different from previous years. So obviously the main body of reports is those first several pages, which includes both the overall expenditures for 2025 as well as what was approved for 2026, which is the budget that we're operating in right now. So again, a lot of this stuff you're going to see it's the same. Not a lot of this text was updated. And my computer is frozen. There we go. Administrator Jeffrey updated the capital improvement program list. So you'll see a few minor changes there. But again, this document also is going to be very similar to what you saw last year, just with the most recent updates, the status of the projects. The 2025 final budget and work plan is on there, as well as what was approved by the managers for our current fiscal year. The real meat of this is the appendices of the document. And this is where you're going to find, first and foremost, the water resources summary, which starting last year, we did a shorter summary of this document. So instead of the 170 pages that are in the full water resources report, I worked with staff Maxwell last year to bring just the most pertinent information so that people will hopefully actually read it, the 7 pages that it is, as opposed to the full thing. And of course, appended to that water resources summary are the lake fact sheets and the stream fact sheets. The only major change here really, again, is just the data that you're seeing. Or any of the data that was collected in 2025. I also combined the fact sheet we did have one for each separate creek, but really the content was the same except for the attributes of the creek. And then the graphs, this part was the same. And the severe site list was pulled on there as a new piece that is to talk specifically about the creeks and which portions of those creeks are in the most severe condition. So that was a little bit of a change there. Otherwise, the lake fact sheets are going to look just like they have in the past, with the same information from the water quality summaries, highlighting aquatic plant diversity, as well as what are those chloride numbers doing. Of course, for each lake, we also update the grade per year. I believe a couple of lakes improved. I think there's 13 lakes, so I don't remember all of them, but there were a few minor changes in the grades, but
3 were delisted.
Yeah.
that is the big news. We did have 3 lakes delisted this year, Riley Lake, Rice Marsh Lake, and Highland Lake. So that's great news. And just to give you a preview, later this year, we're in the works of planning the fall tour for the managers, and we will be highlighting that at the end of the tour to celebrate those delistings. The rest of the annual report, again, are those program reports are going to look very much like you've seen in the past. I believe following immediately after the water resources report is, boy, there's a lot of lakes, aren't there? It just keeps going and going. I believe is the wetland program summary, which again is updated with any new information for the year. Again, the format is very similar. I think we're almost to the end. I think Susan's the last lake. Fake. Okay, there we go. Yeah. You'll see the wetland program report. And so the good thing about this report in general is if you go to the web page for this annual report, you can download the whole thing, but you also can read these program reports separately. So you don't have to be like me and keep scrolling and scrolling. So we, again, have our wetland program report, not a lot of new information. Primarily, it's just updated information that was in there before. It's the same with our other program reports. Again, no major changes in the appendices. 2025 projects report by Administrator Jeffrey, again, provides updates for those projects that were worked on in 2025. And I believe following that is regulatory program by our very own Staff Hartman here behind us. So his 2-page report, just again, the highlights, because you see a lot more details for the regulatory program and permitting program in those monthly reports. So we don't feel a need to repeat all that information here. Next, the soil health program report, updating the work that has been done with that program. Try to throw some new pictures in there every once in a while to make them look a little different. And this is probably, I say, the second longest report with some appendices. Then we have the grant program report. The cost share report is really what we call it. Now we call it. We do. We still call educator mini grant an action grant, but it is a cost share. Our stewardship cost share program is the meat of our program.
Eleanor come up with 2 new names. She sent us out because we got to stop.
Okay. Yeah, I know our websites are all updated and everything, but yeah, I'll let her know to get this updated. I should take my name off of this because Eleanor put the education outreach report together as well. So this highlights all the different events. the school outreach that was done in this past year, all the workshops and webinars that we've done, the community events that we attended. Again, I say we, this is Eleanor, primarily with assistance from other staff. Yep. Communications that we put out this year, as well as some of the new things that we put out last year, which were the new set of stickers. So really that is the annual report. So with that, I'll ask if there are any questions.
I have.
Go ahead, Manager Stovering.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I thought overall it was great. It was pretty to look at, engaging, you know, eye-catching. My comments are mostly like on the first 2 pages. And it's like, I look at the first sentence, the purpose of the annual report is to fulfill the requirements set forth and yada, yada, yada. And I can just see people going, yada, yada, yada. Why do I need to read this? And I don't know why it can't be both. Like, start out with, this is to inform the public of what we do and why. Why should someone read on and learn more? You know, just kind of punch up the introduction a little bit. And I also thought maybe adding a couple fun bullets tying to the appendices, which are where all the fun stuff is, would be nice. You know, like how many dump truck loads of dirt have we managed? Go to Appendix C. How many cost share applications? Go to Appendix, you know, just kind of add a couple of bullets to make people see that they need to go down to the appendix to find all the fun stuff. And then the rest of it is kind of boring. You know, it's regulatory, it's a required, it has to be in a certain format. I understand that, but to me, it just screams, it needs a little more upfront to get people to read it.
Good comment. Thank you.
I agree. Great.
Any other comments, managers? Yes, Manager
Question.
Nelson.
Trying to understand in our 2025 what we spent, and we get to the Spring Road Conservation Project and it says we spent $5.9 million. So all the numbers of what we have, and it's like they're not comparative. It's not our levy.
Because that was a
Is that
plan
a-
amendment to put it in.
So is that a governmental accounting, how we have to put it in there? Because it's not what we spent that year.
That is,
We haven't spent that
we
money,
bought the property.
correct, but we have spent whatever we had to spend to bond and for insurance, what we actually spent is different than what we have taken on debt for.
We incurred that liability. Is that what you're
We
saying?
incurred the liability. So I'm just curious if that's the best way to present this, because it shows that we blew our budget, but we didn't. Because we had the money that it cost to acquire the property. Does it serve another purpose?
I think that would be more for the auditors and accountants. I mean, from my thinking, we did, you know, we gave that money to the Standells to acquire the property. We did, I mean, out of our own, we spent 2.9 million of our own
Mhm.
funds. And then took on the rest in bonding. I mean, we could add a sentence saying, you know, just an asterisk saying, you know, whatever the bonding amount was.
Or maybe at the bottom, when you have expenditures, you could leave it there, but and then you have an asterisk that says actual spent was great. It's like, it leaves it at, we spent more than we had, which is not true. We couldn't have approved it to spend $5.9 million last year. We did not spend that.
I mean, we took on that,
Well, we took on the debt,
yeah.
but we stayed within our budget as well.
But did we give them money?
Yeah.
But how much? There's no way to look at what we actually spent on that transaction. It says we spent 5.9, but we spent whatever it took to do the work.
I mean,
I think you have to report what you actually paid, don't you?
Well,
I
then
mean,
wouldn't it carry forward into this as a negative? So it's like, then it's not in the 2026 budget or 27 as a negative. So it's feeling like we're not consistent with how we're
well,
reporting.
Yeah, so that gets moved into, so in 2025, we did not have a line item in our budget for bond debt service. And so in our 2026 budget, we will have, that'll be seen as a liability on our books, that red path, and that red path that Susan Very Don will be recording. I guess this is really an open to manager's interpretation about how you want to present it or how you want to put it. I don't know. Well, I know you've thought a lot about this.
Is this from the accountants or the?
Yes, this
auditor?
came out of the audit report.
Yeah.
So, right, if you look at
So-
the last line, it says that's how much we spent and that's our budget. And so it leaves it like we're, what, 2 million, 3 million in the hole? That's what it reads. That's what the report reads.
I think that's an accurate.
And not, and
report.
then we go on to say, this is what we have in reserves and this is what we have here. And so it's internally very inconsistent between 2025 and
It
26.
does have an asterisk there where it says actual spent greater than budget because Board of Manager amended
Yeah.
the plan to include the Spring Road Conservation Project. So, I mean, it actually does say that.
It only says this is what the cost of the project was. It doesn't say what we spent on acquiring it and bonding and what our service was, legal costs associated with it. So
So I have a
yeah.
suggestion. So do we have a little bit more time yet to review this? Because I have some questions. And I have to admit, I just started looking at this today. I have some questions on reconciling some of the numbers that are in here versus some of the information that we have in our financial reports. And again, because of all the turmoil and changeover and the delays of getting things, I guess I would like to suggest spending a little bit more time just to review the numbers and potentially address what Manager Nelson is talking about as well.
I mean, I think the important, yes, we can do that. I think the important thing to remember is when we started 2025, there was nothing in there for the acquisition of Spring Road property.
Mhm.
And so that's what the original budget is. And then we voted to spend money to acquire.
we
the
did not
property.
vote to spend $5.9 million. We
Yes,
voted to
did.
take on debt and to spend what it costs to take on that debt. It's like when you
Voted
buy a
to
house,
vote.
it goes at budget.
You did both. You did vote to spend the money to acquire
Yeah.
the property, and then you financed your acquisition.
Yeah. So, but that doesn't reflect in there. I don't know. I would find it very hard to understand this report. I find it very confusing.
We did spend more than we budgeted in 2025.
Manager Stovring and Manager Crafton, would you like to let us know what your opinion is on this?
My sense is that
I-
we did spend it, but go ahead.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't as confused as Bonnie. So, but then I'm not a financial person, so.
Personally, as far as somebody reading this, it's very confusing.
Okay, so Leslie, you're okay with this? The way that
Yes.
it is? Jill,
Yes.
are you okay with this, with the way that it is?
Yes.
And Tom, you would like to have more time in order to reconcile not only
Just-
that, maybe some of the other numbers.
Exactly.
That's
And
fine.
I don't need a lot of time, but again, our numbers, we didn't get our numbers for the year end until just recently for last year and from the audit as well as our monthly financial statements. So I've got some preliminary numbers here that I don't want to review right now, but it looks like there's some other discrepancies with our other reported materials, and I would just like to review that a little bit more, and I can have that review done from my perspective tomorrow or by Friday.
President Pedersen,
Yes.
managers, this might actually be the easiest solution, because this is what I thought about doing. What we are required to do is have an audit and submit that. We could eliminate all of this and just submit the audit as our financial report.
You're also required to submit an annual report.
Yes. Yeah, no, I mean, that audit would capture the financial portion of
Oh.
our annual report.
Yeah, that's not uncommon.
Then
So So again, on that point, I mean, I would go along with that because whether we want to think so or not, we really have a complicated financial picture, not necessarily a complicated business, but we have many complications, even with our monthly statements in terms of what we're reporting and the internal documentation. And there's no way that one document ever summarizes what one person's perspective of what should be in the report should be. And it's just the way it is. So every time we put details in there, we're putting something in and we're leaving something out, or we're summarizing something where another level of detail would explain it. And this land purchase is probably one of the more complex accounting things that we've done as a watershed district. And so it's not easily explained from my perspective.
Okay, so would you be okay with taking this portion of the report out and putting in the audit report?
Something like that, you know.
Yes, because
Okay.
that's our regulatory responsibility. We need to submit this.
Okay, so
The
Manager
audit.
Crafton, would you agree with that?
Yeah, I'd like to see us get the audit submitted, yes.
Okay. How about Manager Stovering? Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. Manager Nelson,
Yeah,
that's okay?
fine.
Okay, Manager Pedersen also agrees, so that's what we'll end up doing. How about that?
Mr. Duvall, or Manager Duvall hits on the biggest
Okay.
point. It's really hard to summarize the
Okay.
financials in a
Yeah.
table.
Okay, so we still need this resolution adopted, but with the caveat that the financial portion of it will be the audit report instead.
And I thought Liz said she had needed to do some updates with the grant, the cost share.
That's-
So just changing of the
Had to
name.
be
Just change
updated.
the name
Yeah.
of the grant to cost share.
The terminology
Right.
within that section.
We do use cost share for stewardship cost share. We just only use the word grant for the teacher and but the program name itself, we're just going to switch it to cost share program summary instead of grant program. summary.
Okay, so could I have a motion to adopt this resolution with that change on changing the name of the grant to cost share and changing the financial portion of it to the audit report?
So moved.
For the 2025.
2025.
information.
Right. Okay, thank you, Manager Crafton, for moving. I need a second.
I'll second it.
All right, let's have a vote. Manager Stovering,
Yes.
Manager Crafton,
Yes.
Manager Duval,
Yes.
Manager Nelson,
Yes.
Manager Pedersen, yes. So we have it. Okay, next, we have discussion items, which I think we had everything cleared up on the workshop. So I believe we're done with that. And looks like the upcoming board topics y'all know about: 10-year plan update, workshops, and the October 6th retreat.
Hope is to each workshop be bringing a portion of the plan from this point forward.
Where are we going to be at the retreat? Because I have a wetlands committee meeting I can't miss.
Where are you at where is the retreat going to be at?
Highland Park Reserve in Bloomington.
Okay, and it's
Right.
starting when?
I think we have 9 a.m. it'll be an all-day retreat starting about 9 a.m., wrapping up around 4:30 or so.
Okay, I'll just have to join you later.
Okay. And everybody knows about the watershed tour. We talked about that before too. So I believe we are at the end of our meeting. So I'm looking for a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I move to adjourn the meeting.
And a second.
Second.
Thank you, Manager Nelson. And a vote. Manager Stovering,
Yes.
Manager Crafton,
Yes.
Manager Duval,
Yes.
Manager Nelson,
Yes.
Manager Pedersen, yes. And we are adjourned. Thank you. Everybody stay cool. Thank you for coming.
Thanks, Dorothy, for all your service.
Thank
Being a
you.
We're
good
gonna
Joe.
miss you. Yeah,
Thank
we'll
you.
miss you.
Dorothy.
You
Thank you,
too.
Dorothy.
Miss you. Hearts here. Thank you.
Replace.
I'm gonna go home and shower.